Hey there, friends and enemies, Jopa here again, and today I wanted to talk about Marvel's Midnight Suns. Now, this game drops this week, and I'm very, very excited because it seems like a game that is going to provide something absolutely unique in the superhero space in video games these days, and that has me thrilled. So, if you didn't know, this is a game. You'll have a main character called the Hunter, and then around that main character, you can build a team full of various superheroes like Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Captain America, you've got Blade and Ghost Rider. It's a darker tone story, which should be very fascinating. And they have done an excellent job of building up the universe and the situation that the Midnight Suns are in with a ton of prequel shorts that are fantastic. I highly recommend you checking them out on the main Marvel's Midnight Suns page on YouTube because they've done such a good job with it, and I highly recommend checking it out. Now, as far as the gameplay goes, this is why the game is going to feel a lot more unique compared to other superhero games. Instead of like a beat 'em up or a RPG standard superhero game we've seen before, or like Marvel's Avengers that is more of a looter shooter type, this one is going to be tactical and involve cards. But the reason I think this is going to work out really well is because the cards and the way the game is formatted will allow these various moves from your characters to shine. You can pull out some dope things with Iron Man or Captain Marvel that can decimate the battlefield and look really awesome, like you've seen in, say, Final Fantasy back in the day when you're doing summons or games like that that you haven't really seen enough of in the superhero games. Everything has to be limited to what powers make sense as far as the standard RPG. You can't just go around decimating everything. Whereas in this game, some of these moves look like they're going to be absolute field wipers, and that looks really cool. The bosses that we fight look really awesome. I like that we're going to take on the Hulk and some other characters that are normally heroes are going to be looked at as villains. The story is very, very good. You're actually going to have a home base where you can design, but getting into why I wanted to really cover this game in depth, and that is it's going to provide a ton of variation depending on your playstyle. So there's going to be obviously cards that are probably stronger than others, but with your teams, you're going to have so much to mix and match. You're going to be able to show your own style of play in a way that I think is going to be a lot of fun because there's just so many options. You're not going to be able to take all of your team with you, but there's a ton of heroes that to choose from. And so when you're bringing your teams, you can throw in Wolverine and Captain Marvel for a team up. You can just really mix and match in a way that I think is going to be awesome and is going to make this game feel fun to replay because you're going to have personal builds that are going to be very good that won't be the same as somebody else's, whether it's the cards that they use, whether it's the characters they use, the combinations, which characters they rely on to use the most. So I feel like that's going to be very fun and come in handy as you progress through the game because you're going to just have so many different options. And they've also shown a lot with regards to the environment. So there's a lot of ways to use positioning and your intelligence, your battle savvy almost, to take advantage of everything that's happening in the battlefield. So moves that might be okay in certain situations will be very, very good in others where you can take advantage of the terrain. So that's something that I'm pretty excited about. I think the character of the Hunter, I'll be interested to see how they develop that character, if you're going to grow to love or enjoy that character as much as some of the other heroes in the game. Your interactions with the various heroes is going to be interesting to watch as well, to see how it progresses, how the story unfolds, and whether those characters have the same personalities and the same likability that we see in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or in other superhero games that we've seen in the past. That'll be very, very fascinating, especially as we kind of dive deep into your home base and whether upgrading it, getting it to where you want to be is worth your time and effort. So that'll be fascinating to me. collecting the cards and having it be a card based system is going to also increase a bit of randomization that I think is absolutely vital for a game like this, because it's going to kind of change up every battle to make it feel like, okay, I've got to adjust my tactics a little bit because I know that I'm missing the ace that I have in my deck at this point, but instead I have these others that I can combine and really have a fun way to mix and match your various abilities. So overall, I think this looks really, really unique. It looks awesome to me. It's not going to be for everybody. I will fully admit that. This looks like a game that people are either going to love or they're going to hate the way it is. As somebody who really enjoys tactical RPGs, this is a game, and also superheroes, obviously, if you stay tuned to this channel at all, this game looks right up my alley, and I cannot wait. I am going to be all in covering this going forward, and I'd love to hear from you. Are you looking forward to this game, or is it something you're excited about? Or no, you're kind of going to wait and see how the reviews go, what else there is to the game, how long it is to beat the story, all that kind of good stuff, what the replayability looks like. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you do want to see more of the Marvel's Midnight Suns content from me, because I am going to be throwing a ton on this channel for the next few weeks for sure, going into next year. So I'm very excited about all that. But anyway, my name is Jopa. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do all those things I said, like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff, and I'll catch you all later.